Yes. For the live stream, baby. Man, not gonna lie, I was debating about going back to bed afterwards, but I feel like if I stay awake for like too long after, I immediately wake up, it's hard for me to fall back. Maybe I'll take a short afternoon.
But long story short, work pressure is really starting to wear me down.
3 hours listening.
Got any medicinal
Yeah, you
recommendations,
get
Mr.
your...
Gaucho?
I have just the thing, Mr. Albert. Take 2 mace of heavenward pepper, 3 tails of 7-star chili, and half a caddy of millet pepper. Remove the seeds and grind together with a splash of prickly ash cooking wine. Apply the mixture evenly and rinse after 20 minutes. Finally, apply a layer of starch, which will induce a detoxifying sweat. Good for the mind and the soul.
Dr. Gaucho, Albert's not the only one exhausted around here. I should detoxify too.
Well, Miss Yun Li, start out by blanching some ingredients in a premium broth, but make sure it utilizes plenty of premium dried chilies.
I see digestion issues on the horizon.
Bro is
Some coriander should help
bro
with that.
really be cooking.
Stay your hand.
He's
Return
he's a
that
true
evil herb
Shaolin
at
of
once.
this universe.
Unthinkable.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories. You know?
Here you are! Everyone, this way!
The Xianzhou Luofu will be holding the Luminary Combat Art Ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Why are there Boris in here?
Right on time. Hello there. Hey, old metal. Which one do you want to strike? Oh, all of them? Rock-shattering slash! Master Yun Li, look at how hard I've been training. I could take 10 of you.
Hey yo.
The shackling prison on the Luofu is completely different from the one on the Yaoqing. It's completely underwater.
Oh boy, are we having a prison break?
Wherever crowds gather, there is always an undercurrent beneath the surface. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
My first meal after regaining my freedom is the flesh and blood of my fellow kindred.
My
condolences. That doesn't
Miss
like
Anya.
Memories of chasing, and clawing, and tearing. They've all come back.
If this is what they want, I'm always up for a challenge.
Damn, that was quite a lot of cutscenes in there. Oh, there are the codes. Let's type those in. NS free EL CC 64. I'm just gonna use Hoyle Lab, but I'm gonna type them in for all my friends who still need it. Man, it's been a while since I've heard this music. Whenever I hear this music, the only thing I can think of is the one part of the trailer where they were introduced you friend.
Woo! And whether or not your world has a day-night cycle.
Xianzhou Juming delegate, present.
Xianzhou Yaoqing delegate, present.
Xianzhou Luofu delegate present.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
And
And good evening.
And to all
Banner
our
predictions?
viewers,
Oh, if we're talking about
worldwide,
reruns.
Welcome to the version 2.4 finest duel.
Okay, well,
under
Luofu's
the
definitely gotta
pristine
be getting a
blue
remake
special
since
program.
it's Genjo, right?
As always, your avian buddy Albert's here to guide you through.
I think they're probably gonna run.
I'm Yun Li, a sword master from the Juming.
And I'm Jiao Cho. I may have
Normally
the
they haven't
appearance of a
reran as
chef,
Huohuo and
but
Dr.
I'm
Ratio,
actually a
but
healer.
Greetings,
since Dr.
everyone.
Ratio was
It's been a
free
while.
until recently,
I trust you're well.
I wouldn't be
A
surprised
pleasure
if
to
they
have you three in the
reran
studio. Now,
Sele
the
again.
Penacony vacation has drawn to a close, and the crew of the Astral Express is bound for a familiar
You
destination.
see Jingyuan? Jingyuan got
The
reran in
Xianzhou
2.0.
Luofu, which
So
is
that's
precisely
kinda
why this
recent.
program has invited Xianzhou friends, old and new, to welcome Trailblazers
As well,
back
the-
to an old stomping
The
ground.
oldest ones that have gotten one rerun so
Speaking of
far is
which,
Sele.
General Genuine, isn't this
Um,
your first time on the special program?
It is indeed, Mr. Albert, and I
Really?
am
So
deeply honored. Had I known of your program's culinary delights, I
Yeah,
would
I'm
never
like-
have delayed.
Bon appetit, General.
And Locha, I
hate to
believe.
bring this up, but our catering
Locha.
costs for this episode were kind
No,
of
Locha got reran one.
spicy. If you'd like to leave a tip, we'd be extremely.
Wait a minute. What's this hot pot got to do with you anyway? Didn't the pink-haired fox prepare it?
Well, I'm a hot pot enthusiast,
Like
after all.
Silver
Where
Blade
I
and
go,
Kafka,
the
I think, were the
spice
oldest
follows.
ones. One rerun.
Your
under their
illustrious
belt.
presence is payment enough, dear friends. Dinner's on me.
What a gentleman! Your delicious morality will not be forgotten, good sir.
Let's cut to the chase already. Why are we here anyway?
It's like this. I assume you all received an invitation from the Seat of Divine Foresight, welcoming you to the Luminary War Dance.
Yep, it's a martial arts ceremony. Competitors battle it out in a flash of swords, all for the title of Sword Champion.
As a matter of fact, the War Dance is a festival commemorating the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knight's triumphant resistance against the abominations of abundance. As you know, the Luofu's ambrosial arbor crisis was only recently resolved. Now is the time to regroup and raise our spirits, which is why we have chosen this moment to convene the War Dance. It is also for this reason that the title of Sword Champion will not be decided in this ceremony.
It won't? I fear Master Yenqing will be bitterly disappointed.
Fear not, Mr. Jiao Cho. This war dance isn't only a morale boost. It's also an invitation to allies and friends, a display of peace, and an important duty for the Cloud Knights. That's why Yenqing has taken it upon himself to accompany the Trailblazers for the duration.
Exactly right. In the version 2.4 Trailblaze
Part
Continuance mission, Finest Duel under the Pristine Blue One, Trailblazers will witness Yenqing's assiduous side.
Damn, the one
And
time they're too
his
lazy to
new
come up with a
identity.
second
I get it.
different Trailblazer
One
name. Or
person? Not
Trailblaze
enough.
mission name.
You need our help, right?
Such a distinguished occasion surely merits the attendance of other esteemed guests.
Of course, this Jianzhou Yaoqing delegation will be led by none other than the Merlin's Claw, General Fei Xiao. At her side will be two senior advisors, Jiao Cho, the Jiao Cho, as well as Moza.
And as for the Xianzhou Juming, me and Grandpa, General Huaiyan, the famous Flaming Heart, will be representatives.
Be they friends from near or far, we will welcome them with open arms. This promises to be quite the war dance.
I don't want to lower your spirits, but I heard that the Trailblazers' arrival doesn't always coincide with a happy... I mean, wasn't everyone fighting in the trailer?
3 Arbiter
Yep, wherever
Generals
we go,
in the
trouble
same place at
comes
the same time.
Fallen.
Not a good sign.
That's not all. Rumors are circulating through the Alliance that General Jingyuan's conduct during the Ambrosial Arbor crisis may have violated certain laws of the land. Could it
That
really
might
be
that
that...
might General
Oh
Cook.
boy, I knew where we'd get out. It's true that the other two generals will arrive on the Luofu with a certain assignment. If you want to know the details, then ready yourself for the upcoming Trailblaze continuing story.
Let us refrain from needless anxiety. The Luofu will ensure a spectacular war dance.
Right, jeez, let's lighten the mood. I want want to talk about my legendary new Swordmaster apprentice. She's been getting a lot of attention. She gets her own intro, right?
March 7th? Of course! With the war dance right around the corner, March couldn't help herself. She set out on her own martial arts journey. Stay tuned.
Not me hearing.
We got more
Mr.
intel
outside.
on that coming up on the program. Which reminds me, the war dance ceremony is set to span versions 2.4 and 2.5.
Alright, so
The
it's
Ambrosial
Shinjo.
Arbor crisis might be in the past, but the Trailblazers will continue to be important witnesses to the Xianzhou Luofu's ongoing story.
This separation has been difficult. We've missed the Trailblazers dearly. Here's hoping the Xianzhou Luofu can bring everyone new and exciting experiences.
Can't wait!
Ah, the broth is ready. Shall we add any extra seasonings?
Add 'em all! We gotta make the most of the occasion. It's not every day we get to catch up with the Xianzhou pals. Ooh, and speaking of pals, version 2.4 will be introducing a brand new map, the Shackling Prison.
These pals of yours, they're all in prison?
Not all of them, not in the traditional sense. The Shackling Prison is under the Ten Lords Commission Administration. It's where Shui Yi and Hanya work.
The Shackling Prison is where we detain criminals. It's cold, and forbidding entrance is located below the waters of Scale Gorge Waterscape.
Huh? That does look creepy.
An individual must first stand trial
I just
before
saw Shui
being
Yi.
escorted to their cell. For those guilty of particularly heinous crimes, we reserve special cells of biting cold or searing heat. The interrogations of Blade and Lo Chao were conducted in just such a place.
Oh, it's that
Doesn't
room.
sound like an easy place to spring a prison break.
Woo! You can say that again. The Ten Lords Commission keeps a watchful eye, and the routes to the cells are tangled webs filled with carefully designed mechanisms. Those seeking access must first overcome innumerable tests of fortitude.
It would appear the Shackling Prison is the haunt of wolf-like monsters. Borison?
That's right. The Borison are ruthless beyond measure, infamous for their inborn moon rage.
Not from
Upon
them
entering
getting the jump
battle,
of Fushu
the
and their
Borison
dance
share
technique.
stacks of bloodlust.
To
When
stop all
bloodlust reaches
attacks.
a certain number of stacks, they enter the moon rage state and become enhanced. Ooh, watch your step, Trailblazers.
What happened to catching up with pals?
I'm sure Shui Yi and Hanya would love you to go and express
IPC
your
team, but no adventuring. Not my
sympathies.
IPC team.
Anyway, with the new map out of the way, it's time we talked about our new friends from the Zhuming and the Yao
Like how
Shi. Starting with the gifted young
Hey, like how you-
girl, Yoon Lee.
Yeah, she was just eating a whole bunch and. Hey yo. Oh. Inefficient fly swatter.
I'm from the Xianzhou Juming, a ship known for its unrivaled craftsmanship. As the records show, some
like the way she
60
just
or
yeets
70%
her,
of
weapon.
all the Xianzhou's armory comes from the artisans of the Juming. Ever since I was little, I've studied sword mastery and weapons forging with my grandpa. I mean, the Flaming Heart, Hua Yan. Grandpa's always been nice to me. He loves me, you know?
Miss Yoon Lee is a talented young lady
Who wouldn't want
fascinated
to
with
dote on a
swords.
cute little
She sees renowned
granddarling?
swords as treasures. Some say she can even communicate with them directly. To her, swords are more honest than people. She lives by the phrase, swords make acquaintances, fighting makes friends.
Oh? It so happens that on the
You know what they say,
Luofu there
weapons
is an
are
able
an
young man
extension
with
of
a
yourself.
similar love of the sword. I have a feeling you two might get along.
You mean Yanqing? He doesn't know the first thing about swords.
Right, that's
He
what they all
collects
say.
them like they're going out of
smug face.
fashion, then never uses them. I can hear those blades crying from here.
Seems like you guys don't share everything in common.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention, see the giant sword I use? Forged him myself. He might not be complete, but he's already stronger than anything out there.
Weapons of this caliber usually get their own name. What do you call them?
Not bad, Feathers. Finally, someone who understands swords. I gave him a unique name for the ages. Old Metal.
Huh.
It has a ring about it.
I like it too.
Sure
Me and
about
Old
that? You
Metal
gave
have a
that
deep
real
connection.
scary look at just
Every
earlier.
time I get into a scrap, I ask Old Metal, which one do you want to strike? Old Metal usually says something like, let's start here and end there. To which I reply, oh, all of them? All right.
Old Metal's adorable manner belies his formidable stature.
Yunli might be young, but she's confident and unafraid to speak her mind. It's time we took a look at her skills on the battlefield.
As a physical type character following the path of destruction, gentle persuasion isn't really my style. When using my skill, I restore my own HP while dealing physical damage to a single target and adjacent enemies.
Oh boy, she has
What
an
really sets
overstacking
Yunli
on
apart
ult.
in combat is the way she counters the enemy. When attacked, she immediately launches a counter on the attacker, dealing damage to the target and adjacent enemies.
Bears a grudge and knows friend from foe. She doesn't mess around.
You gotta use the enemy's strength against them.
Bro, she's
After using
so
my
locked
ultimate,
in.
I acquire the parry state, which allows me to sustain lower damage and taunt all enemies. In addition, my ordinary counter is upgraded to powerful counter, which deals higher damage.
You seem well versed in the art of the counter. One assumes that surprise attacks
They
during
introduced parry in
exploration
a turn game?
aren't a
That's
concern
crazy.
Nope. When using my technique, I obtain a special effect for a set duration. If an enemy launches an attack during that duration,
Nah,
the
they just did
attack
that
is
to her.
blocked. And upon entering
Oh.
battle, I launch a powerful counter
Wait,
on a
never mind.
random enemy.
Imagine you've hardly regained your footing when a girl with a giant blade comes running straight for you. Which reminds me, in version 2.4, Trailblazers
Better
will
March? You
experience
mean better
the
Clara?
Swords to Plowshare's companion mission. Granddad and granddaughter arrive on the Luofu from the Zhuming, bringing with them a prize much sought after among the war dance competitors.
March at least needs to put the shield on
Impressive goes
someone,
too.
but
Let's see.
the follow-up attacks is like Clara happens whenever she
Let's save
gets
that
hit.
for another time, shall we?
Now remember, Albert, the prize is for the War Dance champion, not the host.
So if Yun Li is also set to compete, and were she to prevail, then wouldn't the prize return home with her to the Zhu Ming?
Not so fast now. Luofu has something to say about that. The Zhuming may have brought the prize, but they ain't leaving with it.
Watch us.
Easy now. External heat needs inner cooling, as they say.
Sounds like another difficult challenge for Yang Jing.
Why do you guys sound so... Oh, right. Let's move on to another new character, shall we? Hailing from the Yao Qing and soon to be making his appearance, it's military healer Zhao Chou!
Oh no, not when his eyes open.
The Yao Qing's illustrious healer. I've heard much about you.
You're too kind, General. My visit to the Luofu is only in aid of keeping a promise.
You owe someone a
Oh.
tasty meal?
Well,
Looks like you're getting another
taste is
person for your
secondary
roster.
to nutrition, Miss Yun Li.
I'm curious, Mr. Zhao Chou. Under what circumstances would you usually open your eyes? Forgive me, but, your beef is overcooked.
Huh?
Okay, you cooked a bit
Well,
too hard
seems
with that
like
one.
culinary emergencies are pretty eye-opening. But I digress. Mr. Zhao Chou, why don't you introduce yourself a little more?
Well, I am employed as a military healer to the Yao Qing's General Fei Xiao. You could consider me one of her retainers. I'm accompanying the general to the Xianzhou Luofu for this war dance ceremony.
Huh, so what What's with all the broths and ingredients then?
Well, you see, Miss Yunli, I believe in culinary medicine. The notion that we are what we eat. The arts of cooking and healing are one and the same. Which is why I spend so much time delving into the spicy miracles of medicinal cuisine.
A meal is not simply a merry occasion, but an opportunity for food to work quiet wonders for our biological systems. Isn't that beautiful?
Why bother dividing the pot into 9 sections if you're gonna eat from all of them?
I am a self-confessed chowhound, Miss Yunli. I eat, and then I leave.
Oh, you ain't going anywhere yet, Doctor. Delicacies aside, let's talk some more about that healing of yours. Before you came under General Fei Xiao's command, you were well known in the Xianzhou Yaoqing's Alchemy Commission. You went on to cut your teeth as a military healer with the Cloud Knights on campaigns for the hunt. I heard you decided to retire, only returning to service at the personal request of the Cauldron Master.
Some people prefer work to leisure, I suppose.
Well, I am fortunate enough to be respected for my craft. Some even go so far as to deem me a miracle cure.
As General Fei Xiao's strategist, Zhao Cho applies his taste for spice to battlefield tactics. Combat is a bubbling broth, with each side occupying one half of Yunyang Hot Pot.
Indeed. Battles are marked by myriad changes, constantly evolving in a dance of yin and yang.
Well said, General.
They say foxes are cunning creatures. Seems like Mr. Zhao Cho is no exception. I think it's time we took a look at what our delicious doctor can do on the battlefield.
Well, about time. I am a fire-type character on the path of nihility. When using my technique during exploration, I create a special dimension. After entering battle with an enemy within the dimension, I inflict them with fire damage. And there's a possibility of following up with a stack of Ashen Roast debuff.
So, we're cooking the enemy alive?
Ashen Roast turns up the heat by causing enemies to sustain greater damage. Any attack that Zhao Cho lands on an enemy has a chance of inflicting Ashen Roast.
Indeed. Case in point, if I were to use my skill to deal blast damage, there would be a chance of simultaneously inflicting a stack of Ashen Roast on the target.
Did you just throw spices into the battlefield?
Sharp eyes, General. After launching my ultimate, the battlefield becomes an enormous Yuanyang hot pot.
Wait, did
The enemies are trapped in a
debuff
searing
was? I
broth,
completely
which
missed it.
inflicts damage on each and every one of them. At the same time, the effects of Ashen Roast are compounded for enemies inflicted with the debuff, in line with the current highest number of stacks. Immediately after, a field appears, which lasts for a set number of turns.
Whew, all these hot pot visuals are making me hungry again. What does this field do exactly?
Enemies within the field sustain greater ultimate damage. And during their action, there is a chance they will be inflicted by a stack of Ashen Roast.
Oh, it would follow
so
that
they
if,
inflict
if,
debuffs
for
when they
example,
attack, so it's
Acheron
like-
were on the team.
It's like
You
Fire
would be able to
Trailblazer
help her
all
acquire
over again
ultimate
with the
charges
taunt
more
and
quickly.
Universal
Absolutely right.
trend
Nice
market
of
or
you
whatever.
to invite the enemy to dinner before showing them the door.
The last meal they'll ever
RTD.
experience.
Unfortunate
Word of
timing, but
advice?
I think
Order
you're
out
gonna
next
need to
time,
type the code for
fellas.
this one. Because I'm in the middle
We've
of a
got to know new friends from both the
the middle of
Zhuming
a
and the Yaoqing.
song
Let's
for
turn our
a
gaze to
rhythm
the
game I'm
version
playing, and I cannot
2.4
pause.
banner info. In version 2.4's first half warp event,
Oh, there's
Trailblazers
Luofu.
can acquire the
I see it in my
limited
peripheral
5-star
vision.
character Yoon Lee. As
Oh
well
my god,
as the
Yukong's
limited
getting the
5-star
rerun.
character
Wow, it's
Huahua.
been a year.
The limited 5-star light cones, Dance at Sunset, and Night of Fright will be boosted.
A cat is a human's best friend.
You certainly
Man.
have a cat-like energy to you, Miss Yunli.
Let's move swiftly on to this version's second half warp event.
Wait, Sparkle already?
Which boosts
What the
limited
fuck?
5-star characters, Zhao Cho, and Masked Fool Sparkle. In addition, the drop rates for the limited 5-star light cones, those many springs, and Earthly
new March
Escapade
icon.
will be boosted.
Okay, well, no one saw that
Another
coming.
eye-opening moment for our fox friend.
Moments spent in the cool shade of an old tree should be used for admiring the surrounding scenery.
Couldn't agree more. And I almost forgot. The version 2.4 War Banner will feature a familiar face on the 4-star light cone. Poised to bloom.
Wait, it's a harmony
She
light cone? I
has
just
the
realized.
presence of a true swordmaster. Someone's been taking their training seriously.
Without further ado, let's take a closer look at the fruits of March 7th's journey as a Swordmaster apprentice.
But the light cones on both of the banners are kind of iffy though, unfortunately. Not that I have any chance of pulling them, because damn, I'm gonna be dirt poor after this patch.
On returning to the Xianzhou, March 7th is brimming with excitement for the upcoming war dance and decides to learn swordplay from Masters Yun Li and Yan Qing.
I still vividly remember instructing Yang Qing in the way of the sword. Now he's
Okay,
already passing
I was
on
like, are
his
they gonna show
knowledge
off
to
March?
others.
Or are they gonna hide it? I
How
mean,
time
they
flies.
kind of teased
March
already,
7th might be
so
a rookie, but she's also
I guess
a
I was
natural.
able to finish in time
Her
for this song.
master
Or for the code.
taught her the best in Zooming swordplay. So, naturally, she's made quick progress.
Oh god,
Yan
how many
Qing
mats
is
do I
also
need?
March 7th's master.
I'm not ready.
To deprive an inquiring mind of tuition is not in his nature.
It's too much to keep building.
Right, you are, General.
I heard that March 7th was a bow and arrow user. Brave of her to take up the sword, and no doubt a challenge for her masters.
I'll say. Not to
You know,
mention,
put two and
Yun
two
Li and
together,
Yan
make a
Qing's
bow that shoots out
swordplay
swords.
isn't exactly similar. Will March 7th end up with a weird mix of styles?
You're overthinking things. If you're dedicated to the sword, you just need to swing it.
Oh, follow the sword and victory will follow. Well, we've done a lot of talking. Time to see March 7th swordplay in action.
March 7th, the Hunt's
I just
basic
realized how many
attack deals
destruction characters I
imaginary
have built
damage.
and not enough like
When
cones.
using her skill,
God, I
March
wish I had
7th
Claire's
selects a
light
teammate as master and presents them with a special beverage to increase their speed.
What a good apprentice.
As a promising young student, March 7th has a keen understanding of her master's style.
Oh god, she
When
has a
her
stat
master
counter.
launches an attack or ultimate, March 7th acquires charges. When charges reach a set number of stacks, she immediately takes action again and obtains an enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack deals set hits of damage to a target enemy, with a chance of dealing further hits.
Just a chance?
She's a rookie, remember?
Oh boy, we love our
Her
Gamba.
moves might be a little rusty, but they can surprise you all the same. Depending on her master's path, her specific attacks possess additional effects.
That's right.
Oh, that's interesting.
For example, masters on the paths of destruction, erudition, or the hunt can cause specific attacks to deal additional damage. And masters on the paths of nihility, harmony, preservation, or abundance can raise the toughness reduction of specific attacks.
Putting learning into practice. Where do I find an apprentice?
After using her ultimate, March 7th can deal damage to a target enemy while improving her next enhanced basic attack.
And for those who were wondering what having March as an apprentice is like, there you have it.
March 7th is humble and learns from all her allies. During exploration, for every time a teammate uses their technique, March 7th acquires a charge at the start of the next battle. When using her own technique, she regenerates energy at the start of the next battle.
It must be a great privilege to have an apprentice with such powers of perception.
Well, get this. Completing specific tasks in the version 2.4's Trailblaze Continuance will unlock March 7th the
Not gonna lie,
Hunt.
for a
Once
goofball, she
unlocked,
definitely wields
a
the sword better
path-switching
than I
option
can.
will appear in the character interface for this.
Oh, yo, we got some style.
That's my apprentice.
She certainly does have the aura.
Okay, at least we
of
don't have to
a
worry about the
heroine.
level up stuff, but damn, we
Well,
have to
then we could
redo
all
traces.
use a lie down. More exciting updates after the break.
Right, code number 2. ZA2FMHCD 553.
Welcome back, Trailblazers.
Alright, now
It's
it's time for the
time we
events.
took a look. Version 2.4 is all new events. As the war dance approaches, guests and visitors from all corners are converging on the Luofu. But not all are harboring noble intentions. I'm sure all you remember a certain
Oh, man, new chat
IPC
box.
representative by the name of Scott.
Oh, the Alliance is very familiar with the conduct and deeds of the IPC.
Hardly surprising.
Isn't Scott the name of
Well,
the guy from
Scott
that one
is out
marketing
to
event we
demonstrate
did where
that
he was barking
Xianzhou
like a dog?
swordplay is no match for IPC tech. Ooh, not only does he have a mech-related provocation in store, but also wants to assert his authority through battle.
For real? I think me and Old Metal owe this guy a beating. Or 10.
Hold your horses, Miss Yunli. As a matter of fact, your apprentice got a little impulsive and took up the challenge. She's due to face off against her opponent in just 15 days' time.
A familiar turn of events. Are we able to assist Miss March in this endeavor?
Of course!
Not gonna lie,
To help March defeat
the amount
this
of
IPC
fight you're
Nick,
showing.
Trailblazers will take
thumbnail.
up the position of personal trainer. The goal? Develop a
It's my morning
15-day
to
crash
start the
course
day.
in swordplay.
15 days? Crash course? Mr. Albert, have you heard the proverb, haste makes waste?
Have you heard the proverb when needs must? Between me and Yan Qing, we've got the sword skills to provide the best crash course in town. Still, balance training also requires rest, relaxation, and fun.
The fabled work-life balance. Sounds like you've got it figured out, Miss Yunli. Results or your money back.
I have a feeling Miss
Point your
March will
face.
have some fortuitous encounters and crucial assistance along the way.
Oh, I might just have to offer a helping hand myself.
The encounters and sword training experiences that March accumulates
Oh, yeah, that's
will
definitely
dictate
Scott.
the nature of the story's conclusion. The end result will
Damn.
always be a solo
March actually
confrontation
doing
with
some
Scott,
pretty decent damage.
though the nature of the showdown will also vary accordingly.
Following
Okay,
the
there's the
ending,
Eidolons.
Trailblazers can acquire Stellar Jade and March 7th, the Hunt's Eidolon.
With the combined assistance of her friends, surely Miss March will prevail over Scott.
Absolutely?
As long as a swordmaster is worthy of the sword in their hand, they have nothing to worry about.
Wise words indeed, Miss Yunli.
Oh.
Let's move on to another event.
Oh god.
After leaving
Return of
Penacony,
the trash
I'm sure
cans.
Trailblazers will remember with fondness their unpredictable old friends, the trash cans.
It would seem these old friends have appeared on the Xianzhou.
Up here they have, and a medical intern from Penacony is on the lookout for an assistant. Their goal? To complete a series of shoots to uncover the secrets of the Marastruck.
Wait, what? They're doing a trash can shoot?
You better believe it. The intern in question is Randolph, and just like the Trailblazers, they're a trash can enthusiast.
If you spend enough time in the cosmos, there's nobody you won't encounter. Trash can enthusiasts? Comes with the territory.
During the event, Trailblazers must use the photography software provided by Randolph to take pictures of trash cans hidden among the crowds.
Different trash cans mean different points, with some trash cans even adopting special movements. Do your best to get them all on film to maximize your points and complete the stage objectives.
And a friendly reminder,
Oh guys, this
trash
this
cans
is
may
like
appear
Pokesnap before
unexpectedly
Star
and
Rail.
without warning. Trailblazers wishing to catch them all will need their wits about them.
Now, this event isn't confined to the Xianzhou. Your old friends have also appeared in Bellabog. Rumor has it that Bellabog inhabitants have recently been attacked by a shadow of unknown origin. To resolve this case, our trash can friends need the strength of Trailblazers and Bellabogians alike.
And that's the end of the trash can related content for this version. Right?
Don't speak too soon. In the Trailblaze Friendship is Magic event, Trailblazers need to use specific characters to play the role of magician and summon a special trash can comrade, Letter Pony, to fight alongside them.
A trash can summoning magician. does this sorcerer have any other notable abilities?
Of course! The magician's skill and ultimate will acquire all new combat effects with the power to command mini-cans during
Isn't that the
battle.
same animation as
The
Shu
mini-cans'
Shang's ult?
attack
I
and
just
talent
realized.
abilities will depend on which character was used to summon them, adding further layers to the combat experience. For example, the skills of certain magicians summon mini-cans onto the battlefield up to a maximum of 5. The more mini-cans on the battlefield, the higher the attack,
Damn,
and
they
the more
slap.
energy regenerated for the magician.
Classic trash warfare.
Well, get this. Some mini-cans can even enter an ultra gold state and receive extra buffs. And we've only scratched the surface.
Oh my god, David
Trailblazers who
Sunday.
wish to test the limits of magical trash can strength can do so in-game.
Ooh.
The event will launch a new challenge stage daily, with 5 stages total, and each stage split into 2
God,
difficulties.
they are so ready
After
to
completing the
release a trash
initiation
can
trial
character
challenge,
and just have
Trailblazers can unlock
have it
the
with
official
different paths
trial
with different
difficulty for an
abilities.
even harder test.
See you on the battlefield, friends.
Phew. I need another breather. Don't go anywhere, Trailblazers. More exciting updates after the following broadcast.
Final code QSKF 4G 6ML7. Somehow Firefly still manages to make her way into a live stream. God damn it.
Welcome back, y'all! As always, in version 2.4, we'll be seeing the return of 10 free warps in the Gifted Odyssey check-in event!
I was waiting for you to say that.
Some comforts are here to stay.
And of course, there's also the double events. Planar Fisher and Garden of Plenty.
Remember to complete the simulated universe or divergent universe
I
for
need
double
them.
planar ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
I need more
And
trash
we
to
haven't even
feed
got
my
to this
trap.
version's system optimizations yet, starting with the relic system. When using the filter function to screen relics already in your possession, filter choices can be saved for a faster selection process. Meanwhile, in the relic inventory, Trailblazers will find new quick lock and quick discard functions. When choosing relics for a character, relics will be sorted according to the character's relic set prioritization, with the most suitable relics appearing first. There's also a new feature for relic substat recommendations.
By using the recommended relics feature, not only can
What is there to
Trailblazers view a
recommend
character's
that
most
we don't
frequently used
have?
relic set, but also the recommended main and subsidiary stats.
And finally, when checking Simulated Universe Interface and Cavern of Corrosion in the Interastral Peace Guide, Trailblazers can see recommended characters for the relics in question.
How considerate.
Now, to allow Trailblazers to come into faster contact with new versions, captivating events, and time-limited rewards, 2.4 has added an advanced access feature for both Trailblaze Continuance and events.
So if a Trailblazer doesn't meet the prerequisite conditions for a given event, they can still experience the new version's events and missions?
You
Yeah,
got
so
it.
they finally have the
Trailblazers
Genshin
who've
thing.
reached level 21 will see a Play Now icon appear on the event page for events with advanced access eligibility. Just select the icon to join the experience.
Now that's an optimization. Ready and waiting.
Ooh.
In the mission catalog, missions with early access will feature a special icon. Maps yet to be unlocked will get temporary map teleportation access while also featuring a special icon. Trailblazers can freely switch between the displays for the normal map and the temporary maps unlocked as a result of advanced access event activation.
And what if Trailblazers achieve the normal event activation requirements during the course of early access?
Good question. In that case, the event will terminate the advanced activation state and the temporary map channel will close. However, game data will be retained and Trailblazers can continue participating in gameplay as normal through the event stream.
Which is when I get my hands on the limited time event rewards.
In other news, in the not-too-distant future, a new episode of Knowing the
We haven't seen one of
Universe
those
will be
since
upon
the start of
us.
Pentagon.
We've invited celebrated novelist Yoshiki Tanaka to be with us on the program. Together, we'll be exploring thoughts and imaginings on the subject of the boundless universe. A huge thank you to Mr. Tanaka for his participation. Man, I can't wait to see that episode. And finally, intel on a mysterious collaboration destined for launch in 2025.
Bracing for impact!
For more info, stay tuned for official announcements, Trailblazers. Whew! That brings us to the end of the version 2.4 special program. Returning to the Cienjo, getting to know new Cienjo friends. You guys sure know how to get an old owl excited.
Will March be able to perfect her sword play?
3 Xianzhou generals in the same place at the same time. Who knows what kind of stories will unfold?
Let us all bear witness to the future of the Xianzhou Luofu.
See you in the next one, Trailblazers.
Till next time.
See you next
then.
time.
Why is the freaking resolution or like the quality of this thumbnail screen for the offline thing so good? The fuck? I just realized. Alright. Anyways, that is it. It was nice. I can't wait to lose more of my jades to these fine Janjal folks in a week and a half time. But yeah, okay. Yeah, Circle definitely creating a surprise as always. But yeah, with that, I guess that's it. Like I said before, I'll be back later tonight maybe for Genshin if I had the energy. You can go back to bed. Not gonna lie, now that I'm done with it, I probably want to go back to bed too, but I gotta eat breakfast. Maybe afterwards I'll go back to bed, but then I gotta do my dailies. Alright, have a good day, T. I'll catch you around.